So last week, it was announced that Revan is coming to the game. It was actually a shock, a surprise, and it was so exciting. I did a video with Mobile Gamer where we had a lot of fun. Today, if you haven't been around the last few hours, you've missed quite a bit. They gave the release information and what you need to do to get him. It's a hero's journey, a lot of people have expected. And to top it off, here are the characters that you guys need at 7 stars. It is Bastila, Jolie, T3, Mission, and Zalbar. Then to taunt us, they remind us where we can find these characters, and they're going to drop some packs where you can get about 50 shards of each. This is the biggest bunch of bullcrap ever. As you guys know, I'm working to become a game changer one day. And if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm still going to make videos and still have a good time and try to be successful. This is not going to help my cause at all. Let's go into the game here, okay? I have been the quintessential panic farmer when it comes to these characters. I'm going to start with this. Every night for the last 2-3 weeks since they've came out, I have spent 450 crystals on regular energy. I have spent 500 crystals on Cantina energy. I have spent 200 crystals on fleet energy and no crystals whatsoever on mod energy because I can't afford it. Then that's my crystals allowance for the whole day. I'm done. I don't spend it on anything else. I go into these nodes. As you can see, I'm ahead of the gang with a lot of these people because I have Bastila and Jolie to 7 stars. Because of the last 3 weeks, I have done the panic farming. Let's go in and look at Zalbar. So every night you can do 8 drops of these characters. There's 8 times you can go through it. And then they'll say, okay, here's an olive branch. We'll decrease the cost to refresh them to 25 crystals. I do that, okay? So I go through both of them again. This is in fleet and hard. So that's a total so far of 16 in each of these nodes. Then, to top it off, I do it again. And I spend 50 crystals on the refreshes and do 8 again. So I do 24. I get 24 drops to get shards for these guys. That's a lot. First of all, that's a lot of crystals on the energy. And then the remaining crystals, like I said, that I use, that I run out of my allowance, I use to refresh. So I have 0 crystals by the end of the night because I'm like, we're going to need these characters. I want to get them. So I have gone above and beyond. I have sacrificed farming gear, farming other characters, getting gear on Sith Raid characters that I want to get worked up. And let's not forget that about 2-3 weeks ago, Chewie came out and we said, well, you guys are going to need bounty hunters. Oh, the event's going to be really difficult, which I liked. But then they throw this at us. So as you can see, I have Django and Aura. I spent on those. Django was one of the worst decisions ever. You know that. I shouldn't have done that. I thought he was going to be viable in the Sith Raid, in Arena, and he'd help with Chewie. Aura, I had gotten strictly because of the Sith Raid. I'm actually happy with that, okay? She does great. She's fun to use. But now what they're saying is if you want Revan, and as I said, he's coming out in 8 days, October 18th, I've done the panic farming. I need to get Zalbar, T3, and Mission to 7 stars. Will I get them to 7 stars in 8 days? I find it highly unlikely. And for those of you that don't have the crystals to refresh or get more energy, you're not even close. So for somebody that has, like I said, done the max amount to get shards, it isn't even going to be close to unlocking this character. This is crap, okay? Basically what they're saying is if you didn't spend $1,500 on each of these marquee characters, or it'll be $300 each when these marquee characters came out, so at 300 times 5 is $1,500. If not, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, you're not going to get this character. Listen, I'm a whale. I spend some money. As you can see, I get Django, I get Aura, and I like to get these characters to, showcase them for you guys when you ask for help as well, since I don't have a test account. And I love doing that. I enjoy doing that. But I didn't have the money or have the ability to purchase those packs. I purchased the packs that got you to the next star. It's like $9.99 to get a pack that you can get, it'll get you to 4 stars instead of staying at 3. I did that. That's a little bit of cash. I'm okay with that. Then what they'll do is they'll say, okay, in the daily shipments, if you want to get 8 shards of T3M4, please drop 640 crystals. By the way, we're going to add this awesome new weekly shipment thing, which I actually enjoy. I do, honestly. But to get 25 shards of each of these characters, you're going to need to spend 2,000 crystals. So am I going to be dropping $100 a day just to refresh crystals? that's not even talking about getting gear for the characters. Like I said, nobody can do that. Your average free-to-play player is not going to get Revan the first or maybe the second time around. Your average spending player is not going to get Revan. The only people that are going to get Revan are the Krakens that have most likely bought the characters when they first came out already, or are going to, max out in the next few days. Now, they're going to come out with those packs. Let's say I get a few of those packs to get 50 shards. Is that going to come close to getting these characters to 7 stars? No. It's not. And I'm speaking from a perspective where, like I said, I'm sitting a lot better than most people. So they throw the Chewie event out. They say we're not going to have any more marquee events the rest of the year. Everybody's like, yes, we're not going to have to go through those. We're not going to have to spend money to get a character. Now, basically, they're saying, here's one mega marquee. Here's 5 characters you need to get there. Please spend $300 on each. Get them to 1,500 or get them to 7 stars and go get Revan. And to top it off, since Revan is my favorite Star Wars character and he's probably the most anticipated character in the game, he will probably be the most OP character in the game. Overpowered, which I enjoy. I like having new characters that are especially powerful. That's fun. But now you're giving a almost completely unattainable character to people that, let's say you're in a heroic Sith guild like me, it's just starting to get Traya, which I'm excited about, or you're in a guild with somebody that just unlocked Traya, and you're like, I can finally start to compete at the top of arena. What if Revan comes in and is completely able to undercut you and destroy you? See, and here's the situation I'm caught in. I hope that's the case. I hope Revan is dominant. He's Revan. He should be. And then I hope that they'll come out with characters that you can counter him with. I hope we can have the triangle. Maybe Traya can beat him, and, he can beat Traya, but then they can lose to each other. That's what I want. I don't want Revan to stink. But now the only people that are going to have this character are the 0.01% of people in the game that bought these characters or are going to completely drop everything they have into these characters. And then you're going to be caught in arena trying to get first place to that one person that was able to get him. And this, no problem with that. Good. I'm glad they've spent money on that. Good for them. This is what they like to do. I like to do it too. So I'm not mad at those people. I understand CG wants to make money. But here's the issue. If the average person, if they would say, you know what, guys, if you've been farming these characters right now, if you drop $100 somehow to get the rest of them to 7 stars, do you know how many people would spend that because it's Revan? You would have thousands upon thousands of people. $100 is a lot of money to a lot of people. But you would have a lot of people drop $100 to get these characters. Do you know how much money you would rack up? Instead, you're like, let's somehow have people spend, $1,500 when they first came out, or $800 now to see where you can get them to be able to unlock the character. You're only going to have a couple hundred or a couple thousand people that do that. See, the more you multiply 100 by, the more money you're going to get. The less you multiply 800 or 1,500 by, the less money you're going to get in the long run, because it's all about, 100,000 people spend $100 or 1,000 people spend $800. Not really that big of a, you're going to make more money dropping less money. You are going to cause people to leave the game because of this. Players that are pay to play are going to leave the game because they can't afford it, basically. Nobody else can either. So the smart thing to do would be, okay, you know what? We made a mistake. We shouldn't have let him drop this early. Or in their original meetings where people sit around their table and think, this is a great idea. Let's completely do this to the community. Why don't they say, you know what? Why don't we drop them around the anniversary of the game, which is late November? Then there'd be a small amount of people frustrated because they didn't farm them. But at least everybody that did panic farm them had enough time to get them to 7 stars. So those people would be able to get Revan. The others that didn't prioritize the Old Republic characters wouldn't get Revan. They'd be frustrated, but they'd have to get over it because the game is about prioritizing. Like I said, I have a lot of gear I want to put on a lot of people, but I just can't because I'm not putting any of my energy into gear. The gear I'm getting right now is from the raid or daily challenges, stuff like that. I got Chewie. I had to put a lot of gear 12 on some bounty hunter characters to be able to get Chewie to 7 star. That's worth. In fact, if we're going to look at a gear 12 piece, this is an interesting theory right here. We're going to go to the weekly shipment. We're going to go down, and you can get one piece of the new gear 12 plus for 6,500 crystals. That's like 50. They're saying drop $50, you can buy this one piece to put on your character. Where it took me 3-4 weeks to somehow get a piece like that built up, I put one on R2. Han, that's great. But now I can't even farm those pieces. I can't farm those pieces because when I go in here and I'm close to getting this unlocked and I want to get the Mark 6 Athacam med pack and I can actually farm that from the fleet store, all of my energy from that is going towards Zalbar. This is an absolute disaster. Yes, I am angry. And they need to do something about it because they are going to lose a lot of business because of this. They're basically saying, if you have for those of you that work hard in this game to want to, work up to the top of arena and spend a little bit of money, great. But by the way, if you have a lot of money and you want to drop $1,000 to get this character right away, you can pay $1,000 to get first place, basically, is what they're saying. Now, we don't know if Revan's going to be that good. I'm just speculating that he is, because he is Revan, and there's probably going to be more than one Revan in the game. And just the fact that he is Revan is why people are going to spend that money. And like I said, I've done it the mostly free-to-play way with farming these characters. I guess I shouldn't say completely free-to-play, because I spent the $10 pack on each of them to get them to 4 stars before they were even able to be farmed. They push this back a month, it'd be a lot more reasonable. And it'd still be an issue for some people, but at least it would be a lot more reasonable. I've never seen a bigger cash grab from a company than this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? A lot of people say, well, you just have patience. You get them the next time around. It doesn't necessarily work that way for those of us who are constantly trying to compete in the top of arena. Or put all of our energy into these characters to start with, when I could totally be finishing up Visas Mar, who I want to get for the Sith raid. And like I said, not to mention those of you that are still working on bounty hunters for the next time Chewbacca comes up again. It's ridiculous. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. In 8 days, I'm going to be making another video to show you guys where I'm at with these characters. I pray to God that they're at 7-star, that I get them there just by free-to-play means. And I'll be happy, I'll be excited, but I'll be frustrated. I'll be for myself, but I'll be frustrated for the rest of you because I know you're not doing what I specifically did because you're focusing on other aspects of the game. There's not a lot of people happy about this at all. It's very controversial, and I think it's going to be a big problem for them. When the Night Sister issue happened in the raid and they put this fix in and everybody hated it, they fixed it. They said, you know what? We were too hasty. Good for them. They had a Hoth Rebel Soldier thing where you had to have them at 7 stars when the Lightside Territory battle first came out. They said, you know what? That's too much. Let's move them to 5. Please, let them sit around their table where they come up with ideas. Stop looking at Marvel Strike Force's business plan and say, what can we do for the community here to make this somewhat more reasonable? Again, leave comments in the comment section below. I'm going to put the link to my Discord and Patreon page in the Discord server. Please join. We have a lot of people coming to that. We are having a massive rant discussion between all of us right now. 99.9% of us agree. And it gets pretty... It's getting intense. So otherwise, if you liked the video or didn't like the video and you just want to hear more of me ranting, please smash the subscribe button, like the video as well, click the notification bell, and like I said, leave comments in the comment section below. Otherwise, peace out, and may the Force be with you.